What's going on, guys? It's Steph Untouched here. Welcome to the first official episode of the Untouched Podcast. Today, we have a surprise guest for you. He's an online sensation. He's a YouTube sensation, e-commerce guy. He has his hands in a little bit of everything. You usually see him showing you how to make money online, but today he's gonna hop in the car and have a conversation with us, and let's see what he has to talk about. We're gonna go pick him up now. What's going on, Jordan?
Hey, good to see you, my boy.
Nice to see you, my boy.
In the back of the back.
Yes, sir. How does it feel to be the first guest?
It feels like an honor, man. You know so many awesome people, and you chose me, so I appreciate you for that.
I'm excited as well. This is obviously a new realm I'm getting into, and gotta figure out, how I like it and what narrative to kind of go about it. But I think keeping it authentic and just staying true to what I believe in is my vision, and just run from there, right?
Yeah, that's the right way to do it.
For starters, introduce yourself. Who are you?
Yeah, my name is Jordan. I'm really just a man who's trying to achieve my highest purpose on this world. I own a couple businesses in the e-commerce and the software space, and I make YouTube videos all about business. We actually have one of the fastest growing channels on YouTube about business. So I've been traveling the world, interviewing entrepreneurs and documenting my journey as a business owner.
Amazing, brother, amazing.
Yeah.
So on your YouTube journey, what do you think was the hardest step to getting to at least, reach an audience that you feel like is connected with you, and you're not doing it for them? It's kind of like your purpose journey. When does the clout, I guess, detach from the YouTube journey? It's this is more so about me and what I want to do in my life rather than getting the views and all the extra stuff that usually comes into it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I love the views and I love seeing the growth of my channel, but I think the reason why I've been able to accomplish those things is for the love of the game, right? I genuinely enjoy creating my videos, and where it started at was just documenting my journey, not to go viral, not to get 1 million views, but to just show people, yo, I'm on this path, and I want to take you on this path with me and show you what it takes to actually build a business on the internet. So it didn't start from, I'm trying to go viral. It started from the point of, I want to show you guys how I'm doing it and what I'm working on. And now at this stage, I've found this lane of creativity that fulfills me, and I'm just creating out of love and pure enjoyment for it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how many subscribers are you at now?
I'm about to hit 900,000.
900,000. That's amazing. When's is there a goal? There is no goal.
Well, I used to set these goals of I want to hit this many subscribers this month and this many next month. But now the way I like to look at it is that if I can do my best every single day, I can do more than I ever expected of myself.
100%.
If I put a limitation or a goal on what I think is possible, I might have shortchanged myself on what was really possible. So of course, I want to get that 1 million subscribers in the next month or two, but maybe I can get even more than that, as long as I do the best I can.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So give us one of your hardest videos that you ever had to basically do. How much money was it?
Yeah.
And how long did it take to accomplish? And was it worth it?
Yeah, I've had many videos that were challenging to produce. Some are easier than others, but the hardest video for me to produce was probably when I went to the Bitcoin conference here in Miami. I wanted to interview the successful people there, like Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Michael Saylor, the richest holder of Bitcoin, and all these celebrity people that was there. But I had no access. I had no motion, as you would say. So I pulled up with the general admission ticket, and I was like, how are we gonna do this? And me and my videographer, we actually found a little door, and we snuck to the backstage of the event. We was in the corridors of the venue, running around back there.
Sometimes you gotta take risks.
That's right, and we saw this door, and it was wide open. I walked to the door, and ended up being the media room for the entire event. And almost immediately, I saw that boy Kevin from Shark Tank, and nobody was talking to him, nobody was interviewing him, and I was like, I'm going for it.
Took the opportunity.
I didn't have a setup like all these other news broadcasts did. It was just me and my videographer, and I ran up on him. I said, bro.
And it was more authentic too.
Yeah, I said, can I get a 60-second interview with you for my channel? He's like, sure, let's do it. And that video got around 2 million views, 2.5 million views, and then that clip on social media got over 10 million views with me interviewing him. So it's because I took that risk on myself that I was able to make that happen. I wasn't calling everybody, give me media pass. Oh, I can't get a media pass. I just went for it anyways. But that's one of many.
That's fire. I like that.
Yeah.
What I get from that too is kind of you kind of got to just take your risk sometimes, because a lot of people see a general admission ban and they're like, all right, I'm going to abide by the rules.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to go around the rules just a little bit and then look what came from it, you know? So take risks. I feel like take opportunities too, risk and opportunities, because some opportunities might come and you're like, it's not that riskful.
Right.
But if it has a lot of risk in it, that means you probably should take it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they're not always gonna let you in the building. Sometimes you gotta kick the door down.
Got to kick the door down. And if they don't let you in the building, you got to come back and buy it?
Yeah,
How it goes?
yeah, that's right.
Another thing I wanted to ask you is like education-wise, bro. Like, did you go to high school? Did you go to college? What was your level of education?
Yeah, so I obviously went to high school, but I was never a star student. I would get like C's and B's, and the whole time that I was in high school, I was really trying to become an entrepreneur. I remember as a kid, I was telling my mom, I never want to work a job. I had this whole thing like, Mom, I never want to work a job. And she couldn't really understand that, but I was showing her by trying different hustles. So I started a clothing brand. I resold sneakers. I took the money I made from that to actually host a sneaker convention in my city.
Yeah, that's fire.
I literally tried every side hustle you could think of. Bro, I was hustling tech support on Craigslist, pulling up people's houses, doing wedding videos, music videos. So in high school, that was all I was trying to do, was make money. And by the time I had graduated high school, I had less money than the people that was working at Publix and the grocery stores and the fast food restaurants. So
That's really how it works.
I was the businessman with no money, you know, and that forced me to have to go to college. So I did end up going to college for a year. And that was probably one of the lowest periods of my life, because deep down inside, I knew I had a greater purpose. And being in those fluorescent lights with that damn textbook that costed me $60 made me feel like I was off the path that I was destined for. And after the first year of college, I actually built a business that allowed me to become a full-time entrepreneur.
So you left college after the first year?
Yeah, because after the first year, like I said, I was down bad. I mean, I literally had taken $20,000 in student loans. I was living off of food stamps at the time. And I had to move back to my mom's couch for the summer. And thankfully, I had a golden opportunity, because I didn't spend all the student loans. They gave me a refund of $2,000. And I remember all my friends, they was going getting new drip. They was putting down payments on little Honda Civics.
I have a confession. I definitely got drip with the student loan. I definitely did.
Man, and I thought about it.
I was one of those people.
I thought about it, but I was like, this is my last hope. If I can flip this money, I can set myself free to not have to go back to that slave cage. So I took the money and I used it to start my first real successful online business, which was a dropshipping store. And that was around 2017.
So when did you know it was time to incorporate kind of the drop shipping into YouTube? Because it's one thing to be making money from drop shipping. You don't technically have to record the content and put people on. So when did you say, you know what, I kind of want to put people on and also make the money as well? Because a lot of people won't put others on.
Right.
What made you want to do that?
I was doing YouTube my whole life since I was 12 years old. I posted my first video on YouTube in like 2010.
Oh, wow.
So I've always loved YouTube, but I never was able to make it work. I never was able to see a full-time career about it at. Once I started making money from drop shipping, I had got to the point where I was making around $100,000 a month in sales. And I was sharing the whole thing on Instagram and on Facebook. I was really on Facebook back then. And everybody was asking me, like, what are you doing? My family, my friends, how are you doing this? Can you show me what you're doing? So if you go to my channel, look at the first video, it's literally just a video saying, what is e-commerce? Wow. And I'm just showing people, yo, so I'm taking products from AliExpress, I'm putting them on this store, I'm running Facebook ads, and I'm selling them. I had no agenda behind that video.
No.
I just wanted to show people what I was doing. And that began my channel that I have to this day.
It's kind of like sometimes when you just do things from like just genuine passion and you're not actually trying to seek a reward from it, it kind of ends up being better.
Absolutely. And what's funny and what really made me double down on YouTube at that time is that after I posted like 3 videos on that channel, people start reaching out to me and saying, yo, bro, can you pay me or can I pay you to show me how you did this? And I remember at the time I had like $30,000 in my bank account. This guy contacted me and he was like, I will pay you $3,000 right now to get on the phone with you and pick your brain about this business.
Damn, that's crazy.
And of course I took that phone call
100%.
and of course I sent him that invoice. And that was like the biggest shift ever of making money, because I had slaved all this time to make a little bit of money. And in one day, somebody sent me $3,000. So for that entire year, I just kept building my store, posting on YouTube and doing coaching. And I ended that year with over $100,000 to my name, and I had started literally living off of food stamps.
Damn, a lot can happen in 1 year when you lock in and you're focused.
That's right, and the majority of it happened in 6 months. That's the thing, is a lot of people won't even give themselves 6 months of dedicated focus to go out and pursue the goal that they know that they're capable of accomplishing.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I saw something about your mom. You surprised her with a car.
Yeah.
Recently. Talk about us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my mom, since day one, has always been extremely supportive of me. Like I told you, I told her I was never gonna work a job, and she was never like on my ass, like you have to.
Kind of believed in you.
She did believe in me, and even when I started my first business, my clothing brand, she was the one that was actually bringing me to the screen printers and taking my shirts and shipping them out. So she was always...
Shout out to all the moms in the world.
Shout out to all...
We love you.
We very much love you.
And appreciate you.
And appreciate you.
100%.
And it was really her that made me believe that I was capable of becoming an entrepreneur. Yes, it was myself, but my constant reassurance from her was the thing. So when I finally had some money stacked up, it was only right that I could give back to her in a way that she always wanted. And she always had a dream of getting this Ford Raptor truck. And for her birthday, it was around 2 years ago, I surprised her with a brand new truck. So she was, yeah, it was a great day. She had no idea. We had planned the whole thing, and it was one of my favorite things I've done. And I was even able to do it for my sister as well. She got her car as well. So,
you know, man, one thing that I've learned without all the success things is like the money is cool because it allows you to do things for the people you love.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's kind of just like it comes and it goes, you know, because at the end of the day, health and wealth are like relative. If you're not healthy enough to have the money, then you'll pass away and all you have is these accolades, but you're not even here to enjoy them. You know what I mean?
You've been on your health tip a lot lately. You improved like massively over the last year.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think everybody here knows, but I'll say it again. I don't drink. Been like that since October 2021. I just knew that I was getting into this space of nightlife and a lot of partying. And I'm like, all right, at least if I'm there and I'm not drinking, I can actually reap the rewards from it, you know, networking, getting people's numbers and connecting. And I've been doing that for the last 2-3 years now, that now I'm able to start a channel like this and kind of bring those people on that I've met through those times of partying, you know? So it's like, I'm partying, but I'm really working. It's just how it works for me, you know?
Not a bad job.
I know, I mastered the art of both for sure.
Yeah, not a bad job.
Not a bad job at all. I wanted to like, you know, maybe get into something different. What type of music do you like? Who's your favorite artist?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a lover of all music. Music was one of my first loves. I used to play instruments. I was super into drums and percussion. I played for like 6 years. So growing up, my mom used to always play all different type of music in the house. I was listening to like Lauryn Hill, and we was listening to like Erykah Badu, and we was listening all the way on the flip side to like Aerosmith and like.
So your playlist is the range is very wide.
Yeah, very diverse. And I got a big brother, and he growing up, he used to put me on to like Tupac and like Mobb Deep. So really, I love all music. On a day-to-day basis, though, you'll find me listening to some house music. You'll find me listening to like some jazz, like classical shit. Amazing. And then when I get in the car and I'm headed to the gym, you know, I put that ignorant shit out too. Come on. Some of my favorite artists, though, of all time, probably be Kanye, which is crazy because I'm rocking the Kanye tee today. Shout out to Ye, man. Fuck the haters.
I heard you say DJs. What's one of your favorite DJs?
I like many DJs, and thankfully I've been able to actually go and see a lot of them.
100%.
I like Black Coffee. I like Martinez Bros. I like John Summit. And when I went to that show at Space with you, I became a big fan of Moshak.
Shout out to Moshak.
Yeah, he's going crazy lately. And I also really like Solomon.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
That would be like my 5 favorite people that. And Loco Dice too. That's my list. Those are my favorites.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So on the other tip, like, you know, I told them from the jump is the goal of this podcast is to kind of add value and entertainment.
Yes.
So what's some value you can give to people sharing, you know, whether it's how to make money, whether it's just daily habits that you do that, you know, have increased your focus and keeps you on that path of success, you know?
Yeah. The one thing I'll say to the people watching this is be very conscious of the things that you consume. So what do you put into your body?
Like that.
What are you watching? Who are you talking to? And what are y'all talking about? Because the things that you consume are directly what's going to impact your output into this world. So if you're eating shit food, you drink tap water, you watch TikTok, you talking gossip all day, how could you possibly give good to the world?
I mean, you can't, honestly.
Your brain is fried.
No, actually, you can give something to the world, but the likeliness of it being good is unlikely.
Yes,
100%.
and you're destroying your body in the process.
It's kind of like how I've been. Like, I always knew that I wanted to start a podcast, but I felt like I had to be a person worthy of holding a conversation before I can ask somebody to come join mine, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it works. You can't want something and not be the product of that itself, you know? You have to preach and practice. You can't just preach. No one respects a person that preaches with no practice.
That's real.
You know what I mean? So
that's real.
I like that you shared that with us. Another thing that I saw you do was this challenge. It was like turn $100 into $1,000 in a day or something like that. You was like selling a PS5. So basically, guys, Jordan's already rich. He already has a lot of money.
Stop it.
But he basically wanted to do a challenge where he started from scratch.
Yeah.
So explain that a little bit, what you did. Like, you had no money. You make it seem like you had no money.
Yeah. So at my last video of 2022 was, I called it Millionaire Starts from Zero. And
like I said, guys,
that's for the clickbait, man. And don't let the IRS see that one.
Facts.
So I started over from zero. Basically, I didn't use my name. I didn't use my skills or any of my connections. And I said, what if I took everything away? How much money could I make in a span of 48 hours? So the first thing I did was I looked around my crib and I saw my PS4. And I was like, I don't use that shit. So I sold the PS4 for $250.
PS4, gone.
I got $250 from the PS4, which was more than I expected. I used that money to start flipping stuff on Craigslist. I found another PS4, which I flipped for $100 profit. I found a desk and a chair that I flipped for $40 in profit. And then the next morning when I woke up, I saw somebody had put a couch for free on Craigslist. And it was a nice ass couch. So me and my videographer, we cooped up in his truck and we rode over there, picked up the couch. I flipped that for $100. So now I'm sitting on, I would think it was like $350, $400. I took that money, and this was all in 2 days. I took that money and I used it to launch a new Shopify store. And my goal was to get that store to $100 a day. And I got to $99 on the first day. I was $1 short. I was $1 short.
All right.
But I took nothing and I flipped my way up and I used that money to launch a business just to show the people that follow me that, yes, because I have these things, I can make stuff happen faster than you. But if you're in a position of zero, you can make it happen too. And I wanted to really show people that.
I'm definitely going to link that in the description. I think people should definitely go watch that video.
One of my favorite videos for sure.
100%. Me and you shot a video too. I want to say, what was it, July last year?
Yeah, around that time.
Kind of deep diving into my side of the things. You have any questions for me that you'd like to ask? I'm good for a question, I believe. Think about it, you know. Other than that, though,
what has been your favorite night out partying? Because you've gone out now, it's got to be hundreds of times.
Favorite night out.
What ranks up there as the number one night where you're just like, I cannot believe that happened?
I got a story. All right. So I'm in Ibiza.
Okay.
You've never been yet, right?
No.
Okay, so Ibiza is basically like an island off of Madrid.
Yeah.
A lot of people went there last summer. Drake, Black Coffee, the brothers that you mentioned, your DJ.
Yeah.
Really, really big spot for like just kind of like just the culture of like house music. That's what the island kind of runs off of. So we go into this freaking party there. This club's called High Ibiza.
I heard of it.
Yeah, so we go to High Ibiza. Fisher's playing, and I'm thinking like this is just gonna be a regular night. Fisher plays, it's fun. I had a whole bunch of the models from the company with us, some of my best friends. We have a blast. Now it's like 6:30 in the morning. So you would think like, even though I'm from Miami, 6:30, I'm in another country. I'm like, all right, this is about to be like the end of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
We go back to the villa, and then we all start getting text messages from the people that through the event. They're like, 2 hours, decompress, 8:30, come to this villa party. I'm like, wait, so it starts at 8:30?
8:30 a.m.
So in Ibiza, they're so professional that they plan the next party in the morning. So they let you go home, shower, change, eat, whatever. Then you go to these crazy villa parties in Ibiza. So whatever, we shower, we change up, we all hop in the car, we head over there. Brother, I'm going to show this. I'm going to put this clip for you guys.
Close there.
When you see the size of this villa, I mean, man, it is, bro, it's like the villa's, think about this. The villa's so big that they have an underground tunnel that allows you to have access to this entire VIP club. So what they used to do is they would have people go to the villa, but then you would pay a door fee to get into the actual nightclub. And they would have all type of crazy DJs playing there. And it's under your house, so no one in the world will know.
Yeah.
So that was just something that threw me off. Like
You was going in blind. You didn't know where you were going.
Bro, I've been
just pulled
to
up,
mansion parties.
Yeah.
I've been to the events. I've been to Ultra. I've done it all.
Yeah.
But for me to go to a villa and then have access to a nightclub under it, I mean, I've never seen nothing like that in my life, my guy. But
big motion.
yeah, big motion, 100%. But one thing I want to say is that's what happens when you kind of go into things without expecting. Like, I was just there living. I wasn't expecting nothing crazy to happen. I just had a crazy night. So I was kind of just like, let's see what the hype is about. Got there, nightclub under the fucking villa.
Yeah.
Moment, honestly, top 3. And I've done a lot of crazy things. So
that's legendary.
100%. I'm glad you asked me that question.
Yeah.
I think the last thing that I genuinely want to know from you is, what's the next step in Jordan's career?
Again, I've reached this stage of my life where the only thing I'm focused on is doing the best that I can every single day in all aspects of my life. And from that, I think that my potential is truly limitless.
I like that a lot.
For me, the next step is continuing to become a better man.
That's a great way to put it. But when you say being a better man, what does that entitle?
Learning.
This is
Yes, I'll
an
tell you.
example of you preaching, but what's the practice of that preach?
Educating myself more, improving my products, creating the best art that I possibly can, building a team, growing my community, taking care of my girlfriend and my family and my friends, and trying to enjoy the ride as much as I can.
I think that's important, enjoying the ride. I think a lot of times too is like we rush the success quicker than the journey.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't rush it. Let the journey be as slow as it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because when you do get to that level of success, you'll realize that that's just the starting stool to where you actually want to go. So the quicker you rush that journey, I feel like it isn't as genuine too. Like, you don't actually enjoy the fruits of the labor, you know? Like, me starting this podcast is not to become successful. It's because I want to start a new journey. And wherever that journey may lead me to, I feel like that's the reason I'm doing it, you know?
Absolutely.
You have to do things in life without trying to get to the goal immediately. Because of course we want to get there. We all do, like you said.
Yeah.
100 million, 10 million, wherever it is, we have a goal. But if you don't understand that the steps to get to that goal may not be fun, it may not be easy, you got to sacrifice, you got to put the work in, then you're never going to get there at all. You know what I mean? So my message to everybody else too is, when you do get to that ladder of success, always remember the journey rather than the outcome, because I'm telling you, the journey is where you meet your best friends. It's where you do the trips. It's where you have the failures that make you want to go again. You have to have these stories and, you know, these different things that create a whole bunch of value. So when you do get to that success, you look down and you're like, damn, I got here with my best friends. I got here and I did help my mom along the way, my sister along the way, the people that we love along the way. I did do these trips.
Yes.
I did take time out to enjoy myself, you know? And I think when you put all those things together, that's when you have a true version of success, at least to me. What do you think?
Extremely well said. And I can finish this show off with a story if you would like.
100%. Let's wrap it up with that.
I'll tell you about the day that I became a millionaire.
Wow.
Growing up, it's the thing that I wanted the most. And throughout my entire entrepreneurial journey, all that I desired was to have $1 million in my bank account. And I had this vision that once I accomplished that my life was going to change. There was going to be a big moment. There was going to be a big shift. But it was just a normal day.
Another day.
I woke up, I drank coffee, I looked, I said, oh. I smiled, I put my phone down, and I went about my day. And the entire years prior, I cannot tell you how many nights that were sleepless, that I was stressed, that I was upset because I didn't have this. And now that I had it, my life still looked and felt the exact same. So the point that I'm trying to make, and it backs up your story right here, is that this journey and this ride of creating your goals is the fun part. Whether you're having nothing right now and you're dead broke, find some enjoyment in that, because when I look back on them early days, me in high school hustling, I look back on those days with a smile.
Still had nothing to my name, still had great days.
Yeah, facts. So that's what I'll leave you with, bro. And I appreciate you for having me on the show. Make sure y'all subscribe to this man. He's a great conversationalist, great human being, and he gonna have some crazy guests. Y'all see me, but I ain't nothing. He gonna have some crazy guests on here, man. So subscribe right now.
100%. I appreciate you guys if you stayed here for the entirety of this video. My name's Steph Untouched, Jordan Welch here. I appreciate you, my guy. Honestly, it's an honor to have you as my first guest on here.
Come on, bro.
Like 100%, I appreciate it. Like, I'm excited, and I'm just gonna go with it, like you said, with an open mind. And I appreciate everybody that tuned in, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Untouched Podcast. Peace.